long have you been hung up on Robin? 8 years? That's crazy. That's more than crazy. I don't think there's a word for what that is.
Actually, there is a word for that. It's love. I'm in love with her, okay? If you're looking for the word that means caring about someone beyond all rationality and wanting them to have everything they want, no matter how much it destroys you, it's love. And when you love someone, you don't stop, ever.
This is Ted Mosby, a man obsessed with finding the one. Ted loves the bass guitar.
This is ridiculous. You play bass? Seriously, ask my friends. I always say my ideal woman does not play bass because this is clearly your roommate's.
Ted loves Star Wars.
You know what's weird, Stella? Not seeing Star Wars until you're 30.
You're trying to blow up the wedding.
You called C-3PO the Tin Man.
He's made of tin.
It's Tatooine scrap metal. This is not an argument you were gonna win.
And Ted owns a pair of driving gloves.
Look, I'm happy to rock it up into the 50s, but I'm gonna need a hand or two.
Oh no, not the driving gloves.
In 99.9% of highway accidents, the driver was not wearing gloves.
His view of love is idealistic, like something straight out of a fairy tale. He dreams of finding someone who perfectly fits his story of destiny, serendipity, and happily ever after. Ted is in many ways just like us, just like you, and any other hopeless romantic out there. Like much of the media from its time, the show romanticizes the idea that everyone has a soulmate, a perfect match, and it's our mission to find them. Ted embodies this belief, making him the heart of the show's narrative. If you watched the show when you were young and impressionable, it likely left a mark on you. And why wouldn't it? The notion of a destined love is an enchanting idea, almost too perfect for the modern world. But that's just it, isn't it? It feels like a fairy tale because maybe it is a fairy tale. So I'd like to ask a question. Ted Mosby made us believe in soulmates, but did he set us up for disappointment?
Love happens less in the heart and more in the brain, where hormonal,
I think so.
Hormonal.
I think, yeah.
It literally is hormonal.
Yeah.
Okay. Love happens less in the heart and more in Love happens less in the heart and more in the brain, where hormonal releases and brain chemicals are triggered. It is merely a combination of the release of primarily serotonin, dopamine, and oxytocin in our brain that gives the illusion of love. The evolutionary reason for love is exclusively the preservation or continuation of humanity, whether through the reproduction or through the urge to protect your loved ones. Everything else is extra. I mean, you see in tons of cultures with the concept of arranged marriages. This is the opposite to Ted's view on love. In a show where relationships, characters, and settings are constantly changing, one thing that always remains constant is Ted Mosby. He's a constant in a dynamic world.
I think I like your olive theory.
I think I like your new French horn.
I think I like your nose.
I think I'm in love with you.
What?
What?
Ted Mosby isn't perfect, which makes him even more relatable. He's a debilitating perfectionist, and this of course extends to nearly everything he does, and most importantly to his love life. He believes that there's someone out there for everyone, something that seems to be virtuous, but ultimately turns to be continuously self-destructive. Look, yeah, Ted has a little bit of a bad rep in the community.
Yeah, he
I mean,
does.
like quite literally, I was doing a bit of research on this, but niggas don't like that character. They don't like his character.
Yeah.
They think he's manipulative.
Yeah.
They think he's a weirdo.
Yeah.
And if you deep it, he kind of
The
is.
thing is though, he's only a weirdo if the girl doesn't like him.
if you take that statement and you're like, you analyze it.
But that's
I mean, isn't anybody a weirdo? When the
Exactly,
girl
though.
does-
That's my point.
true. Yo, how
That's
many
life.
should we be dropping like life
Yo.
lessons, bro? The craziness to fucking badness
crazy
of
hot scale.
crazy hot scale.
A girl is allowed to be crazy, as long as she is equally hot. Thus, if she's this crazy, she has to be this hot. If she's this crazy, she has to be this hot. You want the girl to be above this line.
That is
Yeah.
a real thing.
Real,
It is
bro.
a real thing, and there is
That's
a line.
real.
There is a line.
Yes.
bro.
That's real.
It is-
But look, there's things in Ted that like he's a character you can build a show around. Like it makes sense why he's the main character. You can't have Marshall as the main character. He's too calm. He's too normal.
It's too normal.
Can't have Barney. That nigga crazy. He's like the opposite scale of Ted type of thing. So you need someone like Ted who's a little bit of both of them actually. He has an aspect of Marshall and an aspect of Barney.
That's actually a
with him.
very interesting observation.
Yeah, he has a
'Cause
little bit of both of them in him. So
depending on the season that you
Yes.
have a very different version of Ted.
exactly.
And I feel like literally the polar opposites of each one is
Yeah.
literally Marshall and
Or
Barney.
Barney, yeah.
That's a very interesting observation.
Exactly, yeah. Despite Ted's romanticized view of life, his worldview is deeply flawed, as highlighted by the multi-season story arc of the Slutty Pumpkin. We are first introduced to the Slutty Pumpkin in the episode with the same name, where Ted and his roommates are hosting their annual Halloween party. This event is a long-standing tradition for the gang that draws many familiar faces, including a woman dressed in a provocative pumpkin costume. Ted believes it was love at first sight.
But then something went terribly wrong. Guys! And something went terribly wrong. I just met the perfect woman. She's funny, she's beautiful, she loves Star Wars. Hey, where's my Kit Kat? I put it right here on this table.
I don't know, but we have plenty of chocolate here.
No, you don't understand. I need that Kit Kat. She wrote her number on that wrapper. Where is it? Give me Kitty. Give me it. Where's the Kit Kat? Where's the Kit Kat?
This leads him to attend the same Halloween party for the next 4 years, hoping for the chance to see her again. This storyline illustrates that Ted might be chasing the idea of love rather than love itself. It's important to note that Ted only briefly met this woman, yet he spends years obsessively pursuing her. This behavior suggests a fixation on an idealized version of love. Real love, however, is not something that happens instantly. It develops and deepens over time. The show eventually addresses this when Ted finally reconnects with the woman, only to discover they have nothing in common.
Kids, it took me 10 years, but I finally kissed her. And it was terrible.
Reality sets in, and Ted realizes he's wasted years chasing a fantasy that never truly existed. This serves as a pivotal commentary on the dangers of conflating infatuation with real, meaningful love.
Kids, after spending a decade dreaming of the wrong girl, I wanted more than ever for the next woman I met to be the real thing.
Yeah, niggas be taking L's.
I'll say I've never taken a W. It's been continuous L's. And I'm there watching How I Met Your Mother. I'm there watching The Office. I'm like, damn, that's me in a couple of years.
Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah, that's me in a couple of years.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't at all, man.
Hey, man. Niggas take L's. Look. Hey, man. So I'm talking to this lady. It's nothing crazy, nothing too serious, but like there may be some sort of path to a nice situation. There's a path to a nice situation, you know. And then I'm blocked. The next day I'm blocked on everything. My phone number is blocked.
Whoa, phone number is
Everything's
crazy. I didn't even know
gone.
you could do that.
But then like 3 weeks later, it hits me up and was like, oh, I'm sorry. I wanted to try things again with my boyfriend. I was like, I seen that message and I said, damn.
And this is completely out of the blue.
Bro, I thought things were fine. The next morning, I'm blocked. The next morning, bro.
Damn.
Hey,
That's heartless. I feel like he put this like weird thing in my head, right?
Yeah.
Where I feel like the person that you need to end up getting with has to like tick every single box. And I also feel like if that was to actually be done, it would make shit kind of boring as well. And not even on no weird like, oh, I want some toxic shit. But
yeah, that's real shit.
It would make things.
No one can hit that, and I think that the fact that no one can hit everything you're looking for kind of is what actually makes like a relationship work, because there's like more things to do. If someone was interested in everything the same as you, then you have nothing to bring to them. You can't say, okay, next week I'm gonna show you all the TV shows I like. Let's tap in.
Exactly.
Or next week you're gonna show me all the games you like. Now let's do that. But if they like all the same shit, it's like,
okay, now what we do?
What do we do now?
In terms of romantic L's, there was this person a couple years ago.
Tight shit.
Fuck with her. I think she fucked with me. I don't think so. I don't know. I actually don't know to this day.
She watching?
Doubt it. I think I was just a bit younger and mature, seeing things in a bit of like the most rose tinted glasses. You know,
Glasses be rosy. Yeah.
They're very rosy. Fumbled a couple things. I was young. I was dumb on some Ted Mosby shit. I'd say like 2-3 months later, after we stopped talking, found out she had a man. I was like, oh shit, okay.
Did that hit? Or like,
I was like, you know what?
Or did you clutch your chest a little bit?
You know what? I clutched my chest and I fell to my knees.
Yeah,
I will say I fell to my knees. No, I'll admit it. I fell to my knees. I was in Tesco. I fell to my knees. I fell to my knees. I'll be real, I fell to my knees. But I got back up. That's the most important thing. I got back up. I got back up.
That's real
I was
shit.
like, this shit ain't gonna last long. You know
Oh,
what I
this
mean?
nigga was still waiting.
This shit's not gonna last long.
This
Hey,
nigga
man,
ain't give up.
it's on some high school shit. I'm like,
Yeah.
you know what? This shit ain't gonna last long. And then I'll be there. I'll be there. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
8 months later, I could look in her story and she has a ring on her finger, and I'm like,
Oh my god. I didn't even expect that.
I was like, alright, say none.
A ring is crazy.
Ring on her finger.
At this age,
I'm like,
how the man still hating? What the
I was
hell?
like,
That's wild.
I was like, shit. But I think I swiped up and be like, can I be invited to the marriage, to the wedding type shit? Because I was at this point, I'm in distress.
Okay, man. We've all grown up in it, and like we've all.
This happened so long ago that
Yeah.
I'm fine with sharing
Did
this
she?
shit.
What,
And
did she say? Yeah.
I don't remember. I think she did though. I think she actually did. And I remember I hit my
Wedding
boy up.
ring
And
is crazy.
I remember I hit my boy up and I was like, yeah, we have to pull up to this shit together. I can't. And now looking back on it, I'm like, that's even worse. I can't lie.
Yo.
Imagine pulling up to you like some girl used to fuck with another nigga.
That's crazy.
That's fucking crazy.
If I'm there to shoot it up. I'm not there. I'm not there for any other
in
reason.
GTA/Minecraft.
In
But,
GTA and Minecraft.
So this girl, I don't know. I was young. I was dumb. Ever since then, I like compare everybody to this girl type
Oh,
shit.
shit, for
On some
real?
Ted Mosby shit.
Okay, yeah.
Like I kind of get his perfectionist kind of attitude.
No,
Because like, why try if it's not even if she doesn't even live up to this person's?
What's the point?
What's the fucking point?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. That's why I kind of relate to him a lot. Like, I'm seeing him be like, oh, but that one thing. And they'll nag at you as well.
Yeah.
Like, I'll be like, damn, I really wish it was like that.
One thing she's missing something.
Exactly. And then you're comparing her to this other person that doesn't even look like, you know what I mean? So I think that's one problem I have. And it's so obvious to me, like, even just looking at it now, that I'm definitely looking at that in from a very skewed perspective.
Yeah.
Because I was a totally different person back then.
Yeah. That's
Probably misremembering a lot of shit.
Wedding ring is so tough. That's just
still have
crazy.
that
No, because like that's like wedding ring is crazy.
I
hear it though.
That was another fault in these. I think I even started throwing up as well. No, I'm messing.
I don't really have someone that I compare everyone else to. Not really. Like I don't think there's no one good enough for me to start comparing them to.
So
anyway.
do you genuinely think like this was like a TED thing? Like do you feel like you've looked at? Because I will say that this show actually has influenced the way I think about things.
No, I'm
like I really want to believe that like
that's the thing.
That person.
I also want that. That's why I'm a little bit afraid though, because I'm like, where is that? Is that really a thing? Like, someone that ticks all the boxes, like, is that possible? This nigga was striving for that shit, and like, I want to strive for it too, like, but like, this nigga took some L's, and I've taken L's too. I don't know how many more got in me.
As the series continues, we see Ted go from woman to woman to woman to woman to woman, each of them displaying his affection for them with a grand gesture, and we can't help as viewers to think, damn, that's pretty cool. But it's also worth remembering that none of it worked.
You're crazy.
Right.
And you know what? That's okay. I don't plan out every second of my life like you do.
I don't plan out every.
Oh, really? Oh, what is all of this? I mean, why can't you just say, hey, Robin, let's go get some sushi? No, it has to be a string quartet and Paris and flowers and chocolates, and let's spend the rest of our lives together.
This is just our speculation, but I think these grand gestures were a way of him compensating deep down, making everything more grandiose than it needed to be. So we get to a point in the show towards the end, where Ted has dated a plethora of different women, all ending in failure, and again, this is something we can relate to. Many of us have been through failed relationships and situationships, but it's not something we should necessarily look up to like many of us have. Ted's gestures make us dream of a love story that feels larger than life. Whether you're the guy wanting to shower prospective love interest in all these grand gestures, or a woman hoping to find someone that would do anything for you, purely because of the possibility you may be his wife. I think one of the most detrimental things that Ted and other media have taught us as we grew up was the idea of a perfect person. Ted really cooked a generation.
You may find the person that may possess 80% of what you're looking for. 80%. 80% of anything is fantastic. But because of Ted, we are wired to chase that 20%. Realistically, not everyone is going to find their person. especially when you constrain your pool based on things that are insignificant to the broader scope. So maybe we shouldn't let a 20-year-old sitcom influence our decisions. That girl might not be 100% of what you're looking for. She might not even be 50%. But it's not really about checking boxes. It's about understanding what truly matters.
Hi. One ticket to Farhampton, please.
Meet Tracy. Tracy plays the bass guitar.
Hey! Bass player!
And Tracy happens to own a pair of driving gloves.
So I was driving with my friend who thinks he's the road trip master. He has leather driving gloves. Who wears those? Huge dorks, that's who.
Your mother was lying. She had her own pair.
Despite all his flaws, despite all his failed relationships, Ted did eventually find his perfect person. In the end, Ted's relentless pursuit of love led him to her. She wasn't perfect by some arbitrary standard. She was perfect for him. And maybe that's the real lesson. Ted's journey, with all its ups and downs, wasn't about finding perfection in an idealized sense. It was about finding someone who fit his version of perfect. Sure, he cooked us and made us believe in soulmates and fairy tale endings, but maybe that's not a bad thing. In a world where dating can feel transactional, where swiping left or right has reduced people to profiles and pictures, perhaps it's a good thing to hold on to hope of finding somebody truly special. Maybe Ted's idealism, his refusal to settle, is something we should aspire to, especially in this day and age. It's not about finding a perfect person, it's about finding the right person, someone who complements us in ways we never expected. So yes, Ted made us believe in soulmates, and maybe, just maybe, that's exactly what we need. In the end, Ted Mosby didn't teach us about love, he taught us hope, and in today's world, that hope might be the most perfect thing of all.
Okay, first off, to everyone at this table, I love you guys so much I can't even. Just move to the second part. Secondly, to Ted.
Don't say it.
Evelyn Mosby.
Thank you for that.
A man with more emotional endurance than anyone I know. It was a long, difficult road. Thank God we finally got here.
Ted found that girl.
You did, man. So maybe there is some hope out there.
If Ted can do it,
Keyword there.
this video is titled something about, or maybe there's love in the thumbnail or something, right? But the underlying idea is hope. Realistically, it's to either should you have hope or should you not?
I feel like if you don't have hope, that's when you're actually cooked.
Yeah.
Because
That's good. Yeah.
you
That's the video.
that is literally the
If you
video.
don't have hope, that's how Ted cooked you. You know, I watched the video of them reading the final script. It's actually really
shit.
cool. But they refer to her as TM the whole time. Like they say, like Ted reads now, and then TM reads. So they
Oh,
refer
the
to
mother.
yeah. No, Tracy something. Her initials is the same as Ted.
Oh,
Remember,
shit.
she was built to be his, basically. Like she
Niggas
was.
had the same name
Yeah,
as well.
exactly. Yeah.
Damn.
So
Shit. Alright, where's the MOs? Shit. Alright, there's no way that's a girl's bad, but the initials MO would be so real.
remember? Oh no, I don't know if that's crazy.
No, say,
No,
what are you
but,
gonna say?
no, but remember the girl he met with the same name as you, though? No, same last name as you. What the fuck?
Hey, man. Anyway, that proves that theory. But yeah.
Shout out to Ted for finding the person. Despite popular belief only amongst you, really, I definitely have hope still.
I don't think you do. I think you're cooked. I think you're one seriously bad relationship away from becoming the antithesis to Ted Mosby, which would be like
Barney.
Andrew Tate or some shit, or Barney. Yeah, or Barney. I think you're like one bad relationship away from Andrew Tate levels of like, yeah, fuck these women, bro.
Nah. I've got hope still. I believe in the possibility.
I mean, through all the L's, we could relate to him.
Exactly.
Through all the W's, we can relate to him.
Yeah.
So I don't see why we couldn't.
Hey, I'm ready to find her.
Are you?
Hey, you have to ask that question? I'm about to end the video. It's gonna be perfect ending. You have to go and ask a dumbass question like that.